Do you remember where we are?
Yep, that's where we are.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I was guessing.
We spent a lot of time searching
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, I was teaching you how to look for this. This was Lung, right?
some scriptures. Yeah.
Oops. But we didn't really, all we decided was Som. And there's, we don't exactly know where. Okay. Maybe it's in Pali, I don't know.
What's the line we searching usually?
These 4 lines. Tsongkhapa quotes it this way. The Buddhists don't wash away your bad deeds with water. They don't remove living beings' sufferings with this wave of their hand. And they don't transfer their realizations to others. Let's go back. Let's translate this verse because you're going to have to translate it in your footnote. He only quotes the first line and the last line. Okay, here.
Last time you said that instead of room, it was song.
No, I corrected myself.
Thank you.
You could see how loose could come from loom, right? But it is som. Tsongkhapa says, I'm quoting scripture. Other people said, I'm quoting sutra. And it appears to be from som, compendium, but which one we don't know. Okay, there are many tsoms, but the compendium. Normally these are poetical summaries of sutras written by later people. Okay, here's the verse as it appears from Tsongkhapa, and we're going to take it, although we cannot find it. I believe I found the pieces in a sutra somewhere, but I'll have to go find it for you. Okay, remind me. Okay. Tudnam dikpa chui mi tushing. Say Tudnam. Dikpa. Chuyi. Notice how I emphasize the instrumental. Chuyi mi tushing. The able ones don't wash away your bad deeds with water. Okay? Droe dungyel chak, say droe. Dungyel. Chaki. Misela. Neither do they remove the pain of living beings with a wave of their hand. Okay? Niki topa, say Niki topa. Shenla. Pominte. Neither can they transfer their own understandings directly to another person's mind. Okay, you have to say directly or you'll get in trouble in the debate ground. But when you translate it, you don't use directly.
Indirectly, they can do it by talking to you.
Yeah. Chini demba dembe doagyor. They can only free. Say chini. Demba. Dembe. Troar. That low tone voice. Troar. Gyur. It is only when they teach you the truth, which is the true nature of things, chini, the real nature of things, chini. This doesn't mean Dharma teaching. It means emptiness. Only by teaching the real nature of things, comma, the truth, comma, are positive. Chini and Demba are positives. Equal. Only by teaching you the real nature of things, comma, the truth, comma. And then it's Chepa Bongus and Mempa. It's more passive. Will you be freed? Because the direct Chepa Bongus or Yupa would be SGROL. They free you. So it's not they free you. It's that you will get freed.
Is it often the case that a prefix would make something active?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a head letter especially. Yeah, okay.
Not head letter.
So, I mean, technically, it says, you will be freed. It is only it's only through their teaching you the truth, which is the real nature of things, will you be freed. But we can say they free you. Now, the original Kachikma was, so I guess Buddhas never show miracle powers to free people, because you said, only by teaching shunyata, only by teaching the real nature of things can they free people. Okay?
Does like Mochu lay out any of these rules someplace about head letters, or is it you just have to?
There are many points of grammar and syntax that Tibetans don't explain because they don't notice it because it's their own language. Or like prenasals. They don't notice they're doing it.
Wow.
It takes a foreigner. Some of the best books on Tibetan philosophy are written by Mongolians. Or grammar. Okay, because they are from an outside culture. Yeah, okay. Duna, yeah, if you say they can't, if you agree that they cannot free people with miracles or other means, if you agree that they cannot free people with other means, okay? Mitebata? No, it's not true. It's not true that they cannot free people with any other means because those Buddhas, okay, subject of sentence with an instrumental. By Stanley till the story's gone. Okay, they do show miracles. Ten, Sutu Ten, they display miracles, and by so doing, they get people out of the lower realms, free them from the lower realms. Having freed them from the lower realms, che, past tense, having freed them from the lower realms, byas, past tense. J, this is an adverb. Jesu.
Yeah, thoroughly.
It's also the instrumental on Lord. It can mean by the Lord, or it can mean later on. Here it's later on. Okay, and then later, they free them from samsara in general. Okay? They, having gotten them out of the lower realms, you cannot teach people Dharma in the lower realms. You know? Yesterday I got a nice treatment from my skin doctor, and they take nitrogen, and they wave it on your arm to get a sunspot off, and it just peels off, but it hurts. Like she's like this beautiful young lady, and she's going shh, and I'm like, and you can't teach someone Dharma during that moment. You can't say, hey, did you know that the verb is also negative? And you're like, yeah, fuck you. So it means you gotta pull someone out of the hell realm before you can teach them. Okay, got it? That's the point. You can't teach them while they're getting this thing done on their arm. Okay. Koale do you becher. Okay. They're tough? Yeah, they do that. De jutu latene, koa da ngen song le tawan zena, de sanki wanki tour dumi gubecher. Just because they use miracles to get people out of samsara and the lower realms doesn't in itself mean they free people by using those miracles. You're doing me good. You don't have to agree to that. I don't have to agree with you that just because they use miracles in a process by which they pull them out of the lower realms and then teach them, doesn't mean I have to accept that they free them by miracles.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
They use miracles to get them up to a place where they can listen to teachings, but you don't. And it's the beginning of a process. But getting into samsara is also part of that process. So then, according to you, you'd have to say that getting into samsara is a condition for getting out of samsara.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one way you could go. Lots of things happened before that didn't liberate him.
Right.
Yeah, Buddha got him out of the lower realm so he could teach him, but come on, does that mean he freed him? Got it?
Is it like the Pure Land thing? They recite mantra, so they go to the Pure Land.
Yeah, and then they get a good teaching there. Yeah, that's a good idea. Der ta rangi ki de da me nu nanki nangi ki gone dilja member chain na sange ki tama kyang chi go becher. So now he's talking about the validity of a process by which you get somebody ready for Dharma. Okay, it's talking about the validity of a process by which you prepare someone for the Dharma. Okay, and he says, Rangyal, sometimes when you say self-made Buddha, you don't just mean someone on the second track, you mean an arhat. So it's, you have to figure out which is he referring to. Is he referring to anybody on this track? Technically the word self-made Buddha, lower B, means anybody on this track working towards a self-made Buddhahood. Is called a self-made Buddhaist. But oftentimes the word is used to refer to an arhat. So you have to, when you hit Rangya, self-made Buddha, you have to examine, does he mean the arhat or does he mean the guy on track number 2? Does he mean the guy at the end of track number 2 or does he mean the guy on track number 2? On any one of the 5 paths of track number 2. Okay. Here it's the arhat, I believe. I personally I would say an arhat.
Self-made Buddha.
Dhamma means without saying anything, no sound. It means no sound. But it means without saying anything. Namgyur means a what do you call that? When you move your hand like this, like yeah, gesture. Yeah, bodily gesture. Look,
Oh, I see.
like this one. Look. It means get the hell out of here. You know, like this. You know, your mom is like, go to your room. The cave woman wife
Boktu.
with the caveman, yeah, boktak. It's the woklog like, go to bed. That's called a lukin namgya. Without saying, she doesn't say anything. She just goes, go to bed. Okay, that's called a non-verbal bodily gesture. Okay, gone means by using. Literally, it means through the door, but gone means by using a bodily gesture and not saying anything. They can. Notice he used the word mimba and not dolwa.
Can liberate them.
He didn't say that. He just said he can get them ready. He can get them ready. Mimba means to ripen. So it's the verb that's used for karma ripening. Okay. When you get in the car accident because you confessed killing somebody, minor car accident, because you recited the Dhammakaya Sutra, that's called ripening. Usually the word mimba is used for karmas when they ripen and they open. It means the seed open, mimba. But with a student, it means bring them along, help them go further, ripen them. If dulja means disciple, right? The horse to be tamed, dulja. Okay. If it's possible for a lower arhat to make a gesture that will help bring the student along further, then ta me kyang chi ge. This is an idiom. Ta me chi kyang chi ge means what need mention.
Oh.
What need do we mention? Why? What need mention? What a Buddha can do with nonverbal means. Okay, not just teaching emptiness. Okay, if it's possible for a lower arhat to bring along their student with a hand gesture, then obviously a Buddha can do something even greater. Then okay, got it.
That's the country.
Now you gotta figure out the flow. That's your problem. I mean, I could do it for you, but you can do it. Yeah. Who's talking now? Who is talking? It's wrong. I think it's us, and I think we're admitting that the Buddha can do special things to help a student, but maybe not liberate them. In the end, he has to teach you emptiness. He can move you along with gestures. So I think this is discussing whether a miracle the Buddha does, whether we believe it could help them. Yeah, it can help them, but in the end, he must teach them emptiness. In the end, he must teach them emptiness. Okay? Can he help them? Yes. Okay? We're not denying that he can help them. We're just saying to liberate them, he's got to teach them emptiness, sooner or later. Okay? Then he says, Tagmandu, it's not true that lower arhats can help people with a hand gesture and the Buddhas can do much more. That's not true. And we say, yes it is, because Dhame Kyante Tetanang, even without
Sound.
any verbalization, even without saying anything,
They appear.
it can appear that way.
This,
Now we have to go get the context. Now this is the kind of thing you can skip and tell Stanley you're going to do it later, which you never will. All right, we'll just face the facts and go look for it. So we take a piece of it. This is pretty distinctive, day. You can't see my, okay. And we're going to go plug it in here. Okay? Now, it might be easier to start with the Sumbu. If it's Tsongkhapa's, who is this? Choni Lama. He's probably quoting the Tengyur. But it'd be easier to go to a more recent thing, like in the last 500 years, and maybe someone quoted more than a single line,
say words.
and they gave a simple explanation of what the hell it means, and then go back to the Tengyur. So that's the kind of way I will go. I want someone to explain it to me easy, and then I'll go find the Tengyur thing, okay? Because usually that's not easy. So let's see if any other Tibetan. Now the first thing to do is make sure you're not in your own book, which we are. So we're going to skip that one.
Okay.
We got 7 matches.
Yeah.
We got 7 matches. So I would go to the next file because I'm not interested in what Choni Lama has to say about it. Well, actually, that's not true. Maybe later he explains it. No, this is Tsongkhapa.
Don't know.
Liang Lusi Chisumam 10. This is Yanan Datsan Kitin Koya. Chitami Nache Yeah, okay. He says, you can either teach the Dhamma directly. This is misspelled, Yanlak Datsam Kitun Koyang, even though the student understands a physical gesture of the teacher. Sangye Ki Chitembe Langje Dang. The Langje means the footprint or handprint. Kind of like that. Ranglan Lakshikino Shawa Sangeki Chinle Subkogopa. Anytime you understand anything, it's the activity of the Buddha. Dhame Kyang Dete Tanang. Then he quotes this line, even though there's no words spoken, they appear that way. We want to know what's the appear that way. It's not clear. She, those lines mean Jutu Tembale, by doing some miracle, Duje Gila Desoke.
Faith is born.
Yeah, faith is born in the disciple's mind. La Dame Luki Namgika Gone, through some non-verbal gesture of the body, Chutambe Tane Shapala. It's possible to teach the Dharma. But he doesn't help us with what's this line mean. We already knew it was about this subject. He didn't tell us what De De Tarnang means. It looks that way. What does it mean? Let's go to another one. By the way, I like to look at the author just as it's somebody I like. Gungtang is good. Okay, so I trust what he would say. Look at Chitambang Kakte. Rangya, Rangatula Shawa, Namananki Ti, Dijala Koa. Something. Sikin Banduno. I'm skipping that one, too complicated. Don't be afraid to skip one. You find one that's easy and clear, and that's enough. This is not help. He didn't teach. He didn't say anything. Are we inside of our text? No, we're inside of one of Abhidharma. Here's Abhidharma. The other guy says, if you teach someone spiritual advices, it must be through verbal means. And we say, makyap, not necessarily so. Madubna, but we also don't agree. We don't disagree that you can teach somebody through other than verbal. We don't disagree. Because, I'm sorry, Madhuna. We don't disagree that there's non-verbal communication because anyway, he should have said Mayan. It is possible with a gesture of the body without sound. There do exist self-made Buddhas. Dachomba.
Arhats. The self-made Buddha arhats.
So my assumption was correct, if I may point out.
They're talking.
Yeah. Okay, they are talking about arhats.
Yeah.
Here's a confirmation. Or that Kedutam Dagi thought so. That tell. And then he quotes it, and then he goes on to another subject. Thank you, no thanks. The same book. Misspelled. Game means no horse cinch. Sambar misspelled. No. So anyway, let me do something else. I believe this is Abhidharma Alankara, and I want to prove it. So let's go find it. This is a quotation within another book, but he attributes it to Champa. Yeah. So this guy in Tantra, Gyu, he's quoting. So that's not the original. He's just quoting it in a Tantra, but he attributes it to Maitreya. This is a candidate. Tell me why. Just by glancing at it, I can tell it is a candidate.
For the actual text?
In the verses?
Yeah, it's in verses. Good. Lots of commas. It's verses. This is poetry. And Abhisankara is poetry. Now I hit a function left arrow to go to the top of the text.
Abhisamaya Alankara.
Yeah, okay. So now, technically, Stanley, now to find that, you got to go backwards and forwards. I'm sorry. Okay. You got to have the page number for your footnote. Oh, this comes from the Abhisankara of Maitreya, which means you got to, when you block it out, well, no, go to a page number. Take it all the way to a page number. You see, it's more than you wanted, but it gives you the page number. Okay. So actually, I would go up and be. I won't misunderstand. Okay. So I'll go up to the page number. Okay. It means you're going to have more in your text than you wanted, but that's okay. So what I do, I make a huge space, so I don't mistake it from my own book. I will leave it in another font. It's a good move, because then I won't mistake it for. Okay.
But you don't have to use that whole quote. You just keep it there so you have the page.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's not bad to have the whole quote.
But still, we don't know what
Yeah. De la den. This is misspelled. The verse says de la den de dande. It doesn't fit the meter. There's a syllable missing.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's they've mistyped the Tengyur. Thank you. So I'll go back to the Tengyur, and there's nobody else. Oh no other Sunbum used it. So Dedan de la den, Dedan de la den. How many syllables we need? Ja me kyan de dan no 7. Okay. Dedan de la den den. Okay, we gotta find it again somewhere else. When you're desperate, you go to the uncatalogued stuff. Okay.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
And you can have a coffee because it's so massive. It actually takes some time.
You got it hit.
But it's okay.
Yeah, Aku's okay. At first, I look who's the author. Oh, this is the one we had before. That's not going to help. De la din de dan de. There's the correct spelling. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, Bhutan Rinpoche. Okay. So if it were me, I would go put that in there too, because it's misspelled. Okay.
He was putting together the tenure. He noticed there's a thing called meter.
I mean, you're putting it in there just to remind yourself, right? You, for a footnote like that, you probably wouldn't need to say it's misspelled in our typing, and then.
Yeah.
Would you?
Oh, it could be a carving error. If you're gonna make a good footnote, you should go look at the carving of the tenure.
Right, that makes sense too.
Okay. Drame kyan dan chetan banin gyan yambala. Min kyan ki sentem me kone chupa kome me deyan matadami
Check the scan and then you don't have to
ki
the footnote.
Yeah,
That's good.
if there is a
gashi dan kala ki dama
Then you do need the other footnote.
footnote in the footnotes
Yeah.
or something,
Wow.
or a longer footnote.
Yeah, this is a good commentary on the root text. Okay? So I think it's Chahar Geshe actually. I don't think it's Punta Rinpoche, but anyway.
It's in his collected works. though.
Well, look, it's messed. It's messed up. He mentions
It's
both
two
of them.
scans together.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go study it.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's going to help us understand the Abhisammankara. The Abhisammankara says, Kang Kang Duni Kang Kang La, whatever meaning, to whoever, Jitar Jitar Nyam Dupa, no matter how they want to listen to it, De La Den De Dan De, then the corresponding meaning, even without sound, can be conveyed. To whomever, whatever point, in whatever way, can be conveyed. Okay, and then he has a commentary on it. So I'm just going to give you the commentary. And this is Maitreya. This is Abhisammankara. This is the root of. This is the guy who invented the minority school, so it should be interesting in China. And again, this takes time. To do this kind of stuff slows you down. And you have a choice. You can do it thoroughly slow, or you can speed up and skip a lot of steps, possibly get the meaning wrong, and put out more books. Okay. But I'll tell you again, if you do things carefully and thoroughly, it'll speed up later. You get faster and faster. Because the next time you hit this quotation, you already know. It's not momba. You're not in the dark about it. Okay, here we go. Da mepa dan chin tin. Now, da mepa is gyawa with chitumba.
It's contradictory.
What?
Yeah.
Da me chitun.
Oh, teaching the Dharma
Accord with
is
the Dharma.
not compatible with
Not incompatible.
inverbal.
Yeah.
Non-verbal,
Yeah,
non-verbal.
not using verbal means is not incompatible with teaching the Dhamma.
Oh, okay. Mingyao.
Mingyao, yeah, mingyao. Or gyal nyamna, if you think that, mingyao. Okay. And this verse in the Abhidharma is teaching you why. Okay, why? It's not contradictory. I'm just going to go fast, okay? And I'm sorry you can't expand the view of Gopher. Maybe later. You have a disciple who wants to reach the higher realms or definite good. Definite good is a code word for nirvana and Buddhahood. Okay? You have a student who wants to reach the higher realms or definite good. Ngeleg. Kanda Kangi, that student, whosoever. So that's the first line of Maitreya. Maitreya started up here. Here's the verse from the Maitreya, the whole 4 lines. Whosoever, okay, Kanda Kang. So he gives you the Kanda Kang. It means whatever student, whosoever, whichever student. With regard to Tokche Dun means something they should understand. Something they should understand. What? Gewa Chu.
The 10 bodhisattva levels?
No, Gewa.
Oh, the 10 non-virtues.
The 10 good deeds.
10 good deeds.
He calls them the 10 good deeds.
Yeah.
And Kansaki Dhamme.
DCI presentation.
And Kansaki
The
Dhamme.
emptiness of the self.
Yeah, the emptiness of the individual. Okay?
Lack of self-nature.
These are things they should understand. Kang Kang La. Whosoever about what thing.
Whatever.
Okay? Whosoever about what subject or what point. What person about what subject. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Gangala. Meaning, what subject could be the 10 virtues or what subject could be the emptiness of the person. Okay? Namla. Jitar Jitar. No, this is misspelled. It's probably Nyembar. Who wants to learn? This apostrophe AN is misspelled.
Oh, it's
And
right
I-
there above, right?
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to learn a certain subject, however they want to learn it, okay? Want to learn the essence or want to learn how you establish these 10 virtues, okay? So now we got whosoever, Kang Kang, about whatever subject, 10 virtues, emptiness, they want to listen to it in some way, jitar jitar, okay, they want to learn it in some way, okay? So, you got a student, he wants to learn some subject in some way, okay, got it? They la, then they, you can teach them that subject, dramekyang, even without words, that's all. Nah, we got it. Data nang, you can teach them that way. Okay, you can teach them that way. Data nang, let's find the data nang. You can teach them that thing. So now we got the whole line. We had a single line we were trying to crack. You can teach them that thing, or that thing will occur to them. An understanding will appear to them. Nang, that will appear to them, even without sounds. Whew. Now we can go back to your text. We didn't get very far. So if I'm going to translate this line, which is in your text, it's true that if even a lower arhat can teach somebody with a hand gesture, then the Buddha can do much more, because the Abhidharma Angarakara says that, and he's talking about those lower arhats, they can display it they can display it or they can convey it even without some. It's the only, you just have a little line. They can convey it even without some. Convey what? What was the example?
Any teaching.
Emptiness and attainment.
Teaching
He
of
gave
Dharma.
two examples.
Oh, the selflessness of people.
Or,
and
Can get
yeah, can be taught with nonverbal communication.
Mhm.
Okay, got it? Whew. Okay, we spent that time on one line. And then he wraps up. Therefore, Chutana, if you want to teach the Dharma, it's not kyaba, that it's by ngok.
It's not necessary, that's by word alone.
Yeah. Therefore, if someone teaches the Dharma, it's not necessarily the case that they teach it through verbal means. Okay, that's what we're supposed to take home. That's our take home? What do you call it?
Take away.
Takeaway. That's our takeaway.
Not with or without a sa.
With a saw, it means Tantra.
Oh, things happen.
But it's
Okay.
and mantra.
Right. Meaning, mantra meaning Tantra.
So this is non-horrific.
No, no, it's, sige. Kusung. They were called Sung is the honorific. Kusung Tuk. Yeah, okay. So the whole argument is, yes, we agree that someone can teach by nonverbal means, but if you mean liberate, they have to teach emptiness. It has to be through emptiness. Okay, that's our position. And so don't think we are not denying that you can teach through nonverbal means, but in the end, you have to explain emptiness to this person to liberate them. You can mimba them, you can ripen them, you can get them further along, but in the end, if you want to dulwa, if you want to free them, you have to teach emptiness. Okay, that's our rangluk. Okay, and it started out because that guy was sarcastic to us, saying, "So the Buddha never helped somebody by showing miracles, right?" And we said, "No, that's not what we're saying." He says, "Yeah, you said that because you said he has to teach emptiness." And we said, "No, teach emptiness to free, but not to help."
Right.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you can teach the lack of self-existence to a person through gestures.
Yeah.
Who said that? Maitreya.
Well,
You can use it against us anyway, but we're not going to do that. Okay. Okay, Kachik, by the way, this whole thing relates to the opening lines of the Abhidharma Kosha, which we haven't gotten to yet, which is a nice long poem about Buddha pulling people out of the swamp of samsara by teaching them verbally. Okay? And then people like to go on to talk about that by saying, that's why you have to teach the Dharma. You can't just, boom and you can't wave your arm and the guy reaches nirvana. It's not going to happen. Kachik ding ngutengi duja kamden korele tar simbe kyarta dena korele tong simbe kyabe cherdeta dena tambe kyabe cherdeta rang dene. Oh boy, this is nasty. Okay, let's go down here, okay? We're going to go down here first. Rangdel means what?
The auto commentary.
Yeah, the commentary by Vasubandhu himself. Which, by the way, is difficult and not the best one. Okay. Yashomitra's better, although quite longer.
Yashumitra.
Yeah. Anyway, it's hard to read the auto commentary. It's as hard as the root text. It doesn't help you much. Anyway. Korwe damne. Okay, I'm going to go to the root text for you. Do we have the root text?
It should be in the Dropbox, I think.
We didn't do the root text. Let's go get the root text, Stanley. I'll teach you how to go get a root text. Okay? First you say, I want to do it. Chunam sakche sapamet. Sakche sapamet chunam. Sakche sapamet chunam. Sakche sak. I believe that's the first line of the actual text. Okay. And we'll go to the Tengyur. What's this say? Chungamidza.
Abhidharma kosha.
Yeah, that's our root text. So I just know some lines, and so here's how you go get a root text. Click on it. Command A to block it all out. Command C to copy the whole thing. Go to Word. Okay. Open a new document and paste it in. And that's the Abhidharma kosha. Okay. Yeah, not very long. He doesn't seem like 6 years of work. What's that?
If you don't know a line.
Yeah, find it.
Search for in the language of Tibet near a couple words, but there's so many commentaries I didn't want to do that. Now, give it a name and put it somewhere where you know it's going to be. Kosha, Abhidharma, Dharma, Kosha, root text. Okay? And then go put it in. Stanley's. I like to do it like this, and then I'm gonna create a folder called references, and you'll have it forever. Okay, got it? Okay, so now we don't need that anymore. But why I did that is because I wanted to show you something in the root text.
So Kisha, I think we are.
I know we're over time, but until Orit comes, I'm free. Kashi kunla mubaten shonshin. Who is it that has destroyed the darkness over all things? Kurowe damle doa tangzeba. Who is it who has pulled living beings out of the swamp of samsara? Denshin tumba dela chaksane. The person who teaches the meaning. You see? That's why we got there. Chunganzuki tenjo rab sheja. Having bowed to that person, I will teach you the Abhidharma kosha. Okay? Who is it who dragged people out of the samsara? Okay? Who is it who taught people the true meaning, meaning emptiness, to get them out of samsara? Who is it that destroyed the darkness over all things, meaning who's omniscient? Okay? It's a peekaboo verse. Okay? Now, the argument is going to be, until Orit interrupts me, if someone is the lucky, fortunate disciple that is directly indicated in this book, okay, directly talked about in this book, it's the lucky disciple, the fortunate, the one who's ideal student. Yeah, I like ideal student. Then they must have already gotten out of samsara. Okay, kowale tar, free from samsara, sin, past tense, already. Kyap. They must be a person who has already gotten out of samsara. Why? You know, kowale tang simbe, because they have already been dragged out of samsara, pulled out of samsara, guided out of samsara, because Vasubandhu used the past tense.
Oh, in the original line?
Yep, look, he used the past tense. Den dong, right? You guys? Right? You're den dong. You asked me about it. Len long, den dong. Okay, here, past tense. Look, right there, tongue. Pulled. S. It's got an S on it. Pulled out of this. Whoa. Okay. Okay, pulled out. So you can't be a student of the Abhidharma kosha unless you're already an arhat. You can't be an ideal student of this book unless you're already tongued out of samsara. Okay, got it? If something is the ideal student for this text, they must already be free from, they must have already achieved nirvana because they have already been pulled out of samsara. Pulled out of samsara. Okay, got it? Yeah, that's Kachi. Because Vasubandhu used the past tense in the opening lines, which we haven't got to yet.
I want to know the answer. Why did
Next time.
Okay.
It's sexy, right?
It is.
Now, you know, this is a good place to learn a little Sanskrit. Go get the Sanskrit. We have the Sanskrit. Of your text, we have the Sanskrit, the whole Sanskrit. So go make sure it was the past tense.
Okay.
You know,
That's the key.
if you're really gonna be look smart to your